Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the BlackPearl Attacks, and we are going to continue the Loonian series. We are going to show you one last raid using surgical Loonians. This would normally be a base that you would do a mass Loonian attack. This is a base where if you come in real strong this direction with the normal Loonian attack instead of a surgical Loonian attack, you can pretty much take out this portion of the base on this. You can either get it, but since we are working on surgical Loonian, we will actually show you the surgical Loonian raid. And instead of going to the center, and really the dark is in these drills on this base, and so we are to miss a little bit in this hall in the storage in the middle. But in time we will show you how to do a surgical, and we are going to miss a good portion of the elixir. Because with the surgical Loonian, what your objective is the outside of the base, anything probably within the first ring of the defensive structures. You're not going to be able to get very deep into a base, and so rather than getting 50% in this area plus the outside, a surgical Loonian you're going to depend on the corners, getting the corners, and then the outside structures. And we'll kind of show you what we mean here. Now, when we talked a little bit about surgical Loonians on the last episode, what we emphasized is you really need to kind of count your defensive structures, archer towers mainly, and then if these air defense are in range, you're going to have to count a few extra loons for those. So on this base, you're going to draw a clan castle with your loons, and then once you draw the clan castle, then you can continue with your Loonian raid. And so here, that arch tower, since you have an arch tower and a wizard tower, it's probably going to be 3 balloons on there. And 3 balloons will take care of that archer tower, and that wizard tower really isn't going to come into play. And so 3 will safely take that out. Over here, you're going to come in 2 directions on that one. You're going to probably come in with 3 there and 3 there, and they will likely path there and then destroy that too. And so this is where you want to start to attack. And once you do that, you're going to see that the clan castle is going to be pulled out, and then you can destroy the clan castle. Then after you do that again, then you've got probably again 3 loons there. 3 there, 3 there, and then again you'll path that, and at that point in time you're pretty much going to clear the entire outside of the base. This one you may or may not need. That's going to kind of be up to you on whether you want to try to get this one. Usually if an air defense is sitting there, it's going to be a 5 to 6 drop to get that archer tower, especially because in this instance you're going to have both the expo and the air defense shooting on it. And so that's one that you may or may not need. And so let's just kind of watch the attack unfurl. Again, 3 loons just coming into there to take out that first archer tower. And again, that's plenty of loons to take care of if there's only the single wizard tower and the archer tower shooting there. He's coming in over here at 3 in each direction, and that pretty much takes everything out, and you get the clan castle pull. And then at that point in time, you just go on ahead and let the clan castle take out your remaining troops, and then eventually you're going to kill them with a poison spell. And that takes care of their entire clan castle, and then you're kind of safe to continue your Loonian raid. And then just the same concept goes on down here. You're going to go 3 and 3, and then 3 here. And again, always drop a few minions first, in case there are some bombs, and also distract the archer tower. And just 3 goes into there to take care of that wizard tower. And then you have 2 sets, probably a little bit overkill there. I think 4 and 4 went in. So you probably could have gotten away with 3 and 3. And again, at this point in time, the outside of the base is pretty much exposed. And so you can get an easy 50% on this base. And again, you saw here, this was just an example of how many loons you really need to take it if there's an air defense that's close by. because you saw 5 loons go in there, or 4 loons go in there, and they didn't even get to the archer tower. And so if you ever have an air defense and an archer tower, that's a minimum of 6 loons. And so, like I said before, a lot of times you're not even going to need that, and so you really don't have to worry a whole about trying to get that. If you drop a dragon in, the dragon is actually a good way to do this because it can take a lot more damage than the loons can, and it'll draw the fire. But again, that's structures you don't even need. So the wizard, Gordon's coming in to take out the dark, get that little bit of dark. But again, this area you really don't need, and you really don't need to worry about it. But again, it's 3 loons, 2 to 3 loons per archer tower. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Not much to surgical Loonian, fairly easy. But again, we want to emphasize that surgical Loonian isn't going to get into the core, whereas a traditional Loonian attack will get into that second ring. And so that's the big difference between the two. But the nice thing about a surgical Loonian attack is notice that only 2 spells are used in this Loonian. And then in the other Loonian raid that we showed you, you can get by with 2 or 3 spells generally when you do a Loonian attack. And so if you queue your balloons and your minions up and you go out and you do raids, you can do a lot more surgical Loonian raids than you can the traditional Loonian raids because you're only going 2 to 3 spells. And that only takes 40 minutes to create spells. And so rather than waiting 2 hours for a full for 5 spells, you can do 2 spells in 40 minutes to an hour. So you can do a lot more raiding, and you can get a lot more loot in a short amount of time. So that's Loonian. So if you have any questions, just let us know in clan chat, and we will see you guys in another episode. Goodbye.